Okay guys, John here. We are heading to Germany for a special Ibanez event. What's the name of the event, Mendel? Do you recall?
It's called the Ibanez Guitar Festival 2025.
It's about Ibanez. So we're going to drive for some hours, and we're being driven by our wonderful driver, Mr. Bart Stork. Bart Stork.
So, hi guys, Bart here.
And we're going to have some fun. Hey guys, John here and
Mendel.
We are here at the Ibanez Guitar Festival 2025, and we're going to have some fun today. Look at some guitars, look at some very talented guitar players, unlike myself. And well, Mendel's very talented.
He's very talented as well. Let's dive into gear.
We're going to have fun.
Here we go.
All right, guys, it looks like we have some sort of Ibanez timeline over here, starting at the 1960s with some very old school looking guitars. A bass that reminds me of the Beatles, obviously. It's pretty cool. But let's take a quick walk around the wall and see what we have here. Obviously. So who does this remind you of, Mendel?
Foo Fighters. 100% Foo
Yeah,
Fighters.
so Dave Grohl used to play a model very similar to that. I don't know if it was an Ibanez, though. But it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Look, Gibson isn't going to like this, but this is a very nice looking Flying V.
How about that one?
Yeah.
But the cool thing is it's a bolt-on.
Looks authentic to me. Oh, bolt-on. Oh, there you go.
You went there?
I went.
You went
I
there?
went there.
Okay.
And let's continue the wall. This is pretty cool stuff. Oh, look, we're in the 80s now, in the 1980s. Some cool V's there and some, what's that model called again? The Iceman, of course. And this reminds me of Adrian Smith from Iron Maiden. He had kind of like an Explorer. I forgot the name of the model actually, but it's a really cool shape too. Some cool stuff. And as we walk along the wall, we see some more interesting models, some very nice gems over here, of course. The original Steve Vai models. Yeah. What do you think of those?
They're
Old
a gem.
School. Yeah, obviously. So check this out. So this is supposed to be made from the old, not carpet, but it's a gordijn up here. Yeah, drapes from Steve Vai's house or something, and they made a limited series of these with his actual drapes on the guitar. So that's pretty unique. And we have some Joe Satriani guitars here. This is a weird one, like the horn. It looks really weird to me. Of course, some more Steve Vai models. Oh, this one is cool. This green 7-string Universe, really awesome. Now let's continue across the wall. This one is nice. Check that out, that swirl. That's one cool guitar too. And of course, the old John Petrucci model, legendary model. Really nice. Cool to see that here. This thing looks crazy, man. Very green. A green guitar. Hell yeah. And some more cool stuff over here. That's a cool one too, yeah. Oh, that's like an 10th anniversary gem. Very nice. Very nice. And we have some more unique stuff over here. Of course, a lot of Steve Vai guitars. Let's walk around the corner here, because I saw some really cool ones here as well. I guess you could see this as a sort of like an Ibanez museum with some really unique pieces. This one is very nice as well. Very cool. Very cool swirl. Look, a Korn 7-string as well, the K7. Of course, Ibanez was one of the first, if not the first company to make some 7-string production models. Very, very cool. And I remember this one, the old Mick Thompson Ibanez model. Pretty cool as well, with the same bridge that we have on my Meshuggah Ibanez models. Looks like a Floyd Rose or like a tremolo, but it's actually a fixed bridge. It feels as if you're playing a tremolo, but it's actually a fixed bridge. Oh, this one looks cool. Check this out. Very nice. Like a desert island with the blue ocean running through it. And what this thing looks crazy too, man. What is this? SR7V. The names are too complicated, but that's a really cool looking hybrid bass thing or whatever it is. Nice RG over there. Crazy double neck metal guitar with a 7-string. Look at that, dude. 7-string and then 6-string. Crazy. And we're in the 2010s right now. Oh, and then on the right side over here, 2020, we have some Pias as well. And yeah, that's it for the wall of Ibanez history. Oh my gosh, check it out, guys. Of course, this is the Holy Grail. Now, this is the Meshuggah M8M custom shop, of course, the Sugi-made Meshuggah 8-string. And the funny thing is, I actually have one of these, but I'm still gassing over this guitar. How crazy is that? Wonderful, wonderful looking guitar. Of course, we're here in an area right now on the Ibanez Guitar Festival 2025 where we have, I think these are the current models of 2025. So you can take a look here at what they have on offer currently. Some headless guitars, which of course is getting more popular these days for modern musicians. And then a bunch of cool guitars on this wall over here. Some nice stuff. Beautiful guitars. Check this out. Very cool. You know what? I like this color a lot. This is so cool. The color is amazing. I need a guitar with that color. Seriously. I need a guitar with that color in my life right now. I'm seeing some really cool guitars up there that are right up my alley, which we'll get to in a second. First, let's check out some of the guitars that are down here as well. Some nice basses too. And a bunch of acoustic stuff, which is of course great, but that's not really something that I'm into. I see I see a Korn guitar over here. Let's check this out. This looks like a new Korn model. Very cool. Check this out. With the old handle. Right, very nice. Very stealthy looking too. Matte black. That's a cool model for sure. Very cool. And let's move across the room real quick. Of course, some really interesting bass guitars. As you might be aware, I use Ibanez kind of exclusively as my bass tones right now with the BTB model on my channel. So these are some BTB basses, and I am using the multi-scale BTB 805 kind of exclusively on my channel for all my bass tones because it's a really cool bass. I don't see it here right now, but you can hear it on my channel every single day because it's just such a good bass guitar. And then we have some really cool metal focused models here too. This looks really cool. Check out that finish. Awesome. Fishman Fluence pickups, of course. And then here are some matte black extended range guitars and stuff. Very nice. And up here, of course, we have some 7-strings. Thanks. And then the essential 9-string. Check it out. That's cool. Some matte black 8, 7, 6-string. These look really cool as well. This one is great. Look at that. There's not even a logo on the headstock. No inlays. Very stealthy. That is sick. Very sick. And I think this is the baritone. So longer scale for lower tunings. Also very stealthy. I must say, this one is pretty cool too with the golden Fishman Fluence pickups. So yeah, we're having a lot of fun here. All right, guys, I want to show you this guitar that I'm seeing here. This is one cool guitar. Very stealthy. It has some surprising features because look at the headstock. There's no, oh wait, it's barely visible. The Ibanez logo, it's almost invisible. Of course, it's a 7-string guitar. Satin black on the front and the back. RGD RB71. Made in Indonesia, locking tuners. Let's see if we can get this beast on the channel, shall we? I also wanted to show you guys this K7. So I think this must be, yeah, this is Head's version. So, and it has an Evertune. It's kind of white-ish, and then I don't even know what these pickups are, but it has an Evertune, so it's also very cool. I like how they have like the bedels over here, the bevels on the cutaways. So it's cool how he has like a white one and then Monkey has a black one. That's kind of cool, right? Right, over here we have Monsieur Sredanovic.
Hi guys.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful. So I have a question. Tell me about your very first ever Ibanez guitar.
Okay, so my Ibanez history began in 1997. I was 14 years old, and that sounds a bit spoiled, but I received a Jam 777 in Desert Yellow.
Well.
That was my first Ibanez guitar. I'm not spoiled. I'm the only child. And
Dude,
was my
it's fine,
birthday.
man. It's fine.
And I have to say, back in the day, it was like 1,400 Deutschmark. So if you imagine how much they cost these days.
Look, people deserve good guitars. There's nothing wrong with it. One more question. What would your dream Ibanez be if you could like dream one up and have somebody build it for you?
Actually, there's a USA Custom over there. I love the finish. It would be a humbucker guitar, DiMarzio pickups, 5-way switch. Super wizard neck. I like the slim wizard necks. 24 frets.
What finish?
Something purple-ish.
Good.
Yeah.
Purple's good. Purple's good.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, man.
Hey, been a pleasure.
Cheers. I'm sitting here with the mighty, the legendary, the bald Henning Pauly.
Krentenbollen.
Krentenbollen zijn lekker met pindakaas.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your very first Ibanez guitar? Tell me about it.
I hate you so much right now. Why do you want to open these wounds?
I have no idea what you're talking about, so this should be interesting. Let's go.
You have to know. You have to know how much that hurts me.
I don't know.
Okay, the very first one's not so bad actually. That was some beginner HSS white thing. I don't know. We bought it used for maybe 400 marks back then. But I went and worked all summer and then got Flower Gem. Original in 1987.
With the what is it called? The things, the drapes or whatever?
Yeah. That was, you know. Okay. And of course I traded that for a Universe. Mm-hmm. Multicolor.
Awesome.
Now worth $20,000. Of course I traded that for a guitar for Frank and Barley, which
I've never heard of.
yeah, not worth a lot. And then I had a whole bunch of gems. I had the green, neon green gem?
Yes, of course.
777 made, 1987, with Steve Vai signature on it, studio mint condition. Now worth probably $25,000-$30,000. I traded that for a sampler at Guitar Center with 32 megabytes of RAM. I still have that sampler. It is now worth $6.
Okay, I'm sorry for your loss. So, tell me about, like, if you could build your ultimate dream Ibanez guitar, what would it be? How would it look? What sort of specs?
Okay, as a bridge, it would have locking tuners. Reverse headstock on both sides, even though it's a 6-string, 6 sets of locking tuners. Instead of pickups, you fill the cavities with locking tuners. Blue, obviously, flame. And forget about the strings. What do you think I put instead of the strings?
Condoms?
Locking tuners.
Okay. I think he's trying to tell you something, Ibanez.
Yeah, I mean, maybe put fucking locking tuners on fucking everything. Fucking Ibanez.
I was touching one today, very gently, and it had locking tuners.
Good.
And it was black.
No, that's not right. But I mean, why would you nowadays on a modern guitar not put locking tuners on everything? Because in Indonesia, where these are primarily made, the upgrade price from non-locking to locking at the factory level is about $3, which means to the consumer, we're talking probably, let's say, times 5. So, which means it'll be about $15 more expensive. And if you're spending between $500 and $1,500 on a guitar, who cares about $15? And then people say, yeah, but it has a tremolo system, it's got a locking nut, you don't need locking tuners. Why do we need locking tuners, John?
Because they're better.
But how are they better?
Well, it's easier to change the strings.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Period.
Right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Hello, everybody. I'm sitting here with Robert. What was your first Ibanez guitar? Tell me about it.
Well, my first Ibanez guitar actually was not a guitar, but it was a bass. So it was a Soundgear 500, a very old one with the Bartolini pickups and everything. I still have it today. And yeah, that was the first Ibanez.
Cool. And what's your first Ibanez non-bass, like normal guitar?
Nothing. Literally nothing.
Yeah. So if you could build like a dream Ibanez guitar, how would it look? What sort of specs would it have?
Well, I would really like to grab one of these days the Monkey Signature K7 Ibanez 7-string guitars. I'm a huge Korn fan, and all those specs just, you know.
Is that the black one or the white one?
The white one.
With the gold Evertune.
Yes.
Cool. That's pretty cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, dude, what's your very first Ibanez guitar? Tell me about it.
My very first Ibanez guitar is the AM93, which I still own. It's like a smaller body, semi-hollow guitar, made all of ebony. I love it.
Sounds pretty cool. And if you could create your own like dream Ibanez guitar, how would it look? What sort of specs would it have?
I don't think I need to create it. I think it exists. It's the John Scofield model, the JS100, the made in Japan one. That's basically perfect.
You wouldn't choose like a custom finish or something?
Not really, no. No, not really.
Hey, works for me.
Easy.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
So we're still at the Ibanez Guitar Festival 2025, and we're right now in the tent where people come to relax with like steel pans and gongs and stuff. And Mendel, I just wanted to ask you, in light of the relaxed vibe that we're experiencing right now, what is the heaviest, most brutal guitar riff that you can think of, and can you do it with your voice, like reenact that riff with your voice?
One of the most unknown, heaviest riff of all time is from a song called Death Star by Muse. Actually, I think maybe Meshuggah stole that riff in the merge, and it goes like this.
It does sound like, what's the song called?
The merge from Meshuggah?
Demiurge?
The merge?
Demiurge?
You got Demiurge.
So one of my favorite heaviest riffs from Meshuggah is the intro from Obscene. Something like that. Anyway, thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Wait, maybe there's another riff in the middle part of Meshuggah's eye. After the we have the
Okay, that's fucking heavy. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, and let's continue
sleeping.
Bye-bye. Can you sweep on an acoustic guitar, man? Hey, Richard.
Hello.
So have you ever owned an Ibanez guitar?
You know, weirdly enough, I've never owned an Ibanez guitar.
And why is that?
That's a long story, but when I was a kid, I'm really into indie rock and stuff like that, and all I wanted was a Telecaster. And Ibanez have never really made a Telecaster, as far as I know, apart from like the 70s clones on the wall there. And that's why I didn't ever own one. There you go.
Fair enough. And if you could let Ibanez build like the ultimate Ibanez for you, what would you have them build for you?
It's over there. Do you want to see it?
Sure, let's walk over there.
Yeah.
The Iceman?
Yeah, this was a limited edition built for the guitarist in White Zombie in 1996. I'm totally reading all this off the wall, by the way. And it's got a Floyd Rose on it, which I absolutely wouldn't want. And it's an Iceman, which is totally not me. And it's probably got really high output pickups, which is totally against my Telecaster heart. But I saw this guitar online, and I just knew that one day I have to own this or something very similar to it. It's weird, isn't it? Sometimes guitar gets you like that. But yeah, I want this one.
All right, man. Thanks. Hey, man. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you too.
So I'm asking people here, like, what their first Ibanez was.
Okay, my first Ibanez was pretty recently, actually. It was the AZ. I keep forgetting the exact.
Of course.
Model. It's 24 something, but you probably know it is the Sunburst one. It's really nice. My favorite thing about it is that you can play anything with it. It's very reliable.
Versatile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's more traditional, not too thin in the neck, which is, I like it very much, like super comfortable.
Awesome. And if you could have Ibanez build you your dream Ibanez guitar, what would that be?
So I'm pretty happy with the AZ as is. I mean, if it will be, I probably get the same specs or something.
But maybe a different finish?
Different
or
color, maybe.
Yeah. What color?
White, I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
Should work.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
How's it going so far?
Good. Hello.
Sushi.
Sushi.
This was unexpected.
Yes, a nice surprise.
How's the sushi, Mendel?
Really good. Oh, really?
And of course, another cool beer. German tradition.
So just sounds like a boomer on a holiday. Yeah, we're having a beer at the beach and some sushi.
Hey, dude. So, what was your very first Ibanez that you can remember?
Right, so I have a yellow RG550 from '93 that I modded to look like something completely different. Has green pickups, pink knobs. It's insane. And I got it from the US and I paid so much custom fees to get it, but it's one of those really good models. You know, the models that had the square here, those very, very old school models. That was the very first Ibanez that I remember getting, and it still sounds special. And fun fact, the guitar is still mounting Elixir strings from 15 years ago. Luckily, I don't sweat.
Elixir strings are the best. And I hate them for not endorsing me, but that's another story. But those models are actually really cool. Like the yellow, what's it called? Like neon yellow or
Neon yellow. There's desert yellow, actually.
maple.
Fretboard, still one of my best sounding guitars, even if it has strings from 15 years ago. No shame, I never changed them. 942 from Elixir, they sound.
There you go. And if Ibanez could build you your dream Ibanez guitar, what would that be?
All right, so I have this thing where in my head, I would like a perfect hybrid in between an RGD, but with the AZ aesthetics. So a little bit more classy and less metal than an RGD, but with the RGD shape. So maybe like roasted neck, roasted fretboard, a pick guard, which is very rare, if not impossible to find on an RGD. I think those would really look cool in an RGD. So like a hybrid in between an RGD and an AZ, I think it will be my dream guitar.
Sounds cool. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Hey, dude. So tell me about your very first Ibanez.
It was my second ever guitar, and it was a PS60 Paul Stanley Iceman in a silver sparkle finish, and I regret selling it because it would be a fun mod platform today.
Sounds pretty rad, actually.
It was.
And tell me, what would your dream Ibanez guitar be if they could build you anything that you would want?
You know the old Picasso Petrucci models? That, but with a hip shot, a hardtail.
Awesome. Great stuff. 7-string or 6-string?
Did those come in 7-string?
No. Well, he had one, like the black and white one.
Okay. No, 6-string.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, dude.
Hey, dude.
Tell me about your very first Ibanez guitar.
My first Ibanez guitar was an RG350 in something yellow, and it was amazing. It was bright yellow. It was a slim, wizardy neck, and I loved it. And it's the opposite of what I would normally be associated with, and normally what I would play. But this guitar turned me onto Ibanez because it was so much of a tool that was reliable, but it was still fun because it was yellow.
Why did you sell it?
Because I wanted to go to an RG550 Genesis, and I couldn't afford to have both.
Yeah.
So
fair enough. All right, and if Ibanez could build you your dream Ibanez, what would it be?
I mean, they pretty much already have it. Any of the Fireman or Iceman guitars are pretty much there for me. I guess it would be Iceman or Fireman. Or I saw some guy, he had developed his own, and it was, you know, the Ice... Is there one here, Harris? No, you know, the Iceman has the big bit that side, and the Fireman has the big bit that side.
Yeah.
He put both together, so it had two long horns, and called it the Twice Man. So probably something like that, but it was... Yeah,
What color?
Good question, John. I really like red and black, so something like that with a bit of gold. Maybe something similar to the Manuel Gardner Fernandez Crest series thing. I really like that. That's classy.
All right.
Yeah, but basically, an Iceman or a Fireman is already pretty much there.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And Mendel, I'm going to start right away with some questions. Are you ready?
Born ready.
Do you remember the first... Have you ever owned an Ibanez guitar?
Yes. Actually, it was my second guitar.
Tell me about it.
It was an Ibanez GAX, like GAX 30. It was like with a double cut, like a broader SG kind of type thing, like 2001. I liked it. I remember I got like a Fuzz Factory pedal from ZFX and then taped it on there to be like Matt Bellamy from Muse. Because Matt Bellamy had it built into the guitar. I didn't know how to do that. So that's why I just taped it on the guitar. So I had like the fuzz pedal and the weird Muse effects, origin symmetry effects on the guitar. But that was the Ibanez, yeah.
Awesome. And what would your dream Ibanez guitar be?
Ooh, that would be something black, glossy, maple roasted neck, white binding, gold hardware, Fishman, I think the Devin Townsend pickups with gold screws in them. 25 half scale. Are we talking about something that already exists?
No, just a dream.
Floyd, probably drop D tuning. That's my jam now. I think that and Schaller locking tuners.
Awesome sauce.
And noiseless springs.
Noiseless springs.
The coated strings. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and a Sure Claw. A Sure Claw on the back so you can adjust the spring tension.
Very specific.
And Angle. Angle makes this, how do you say it, like a trim stop, which you can put on the back. That's going to be cool. Elixir strings.
Of course.
Nano Web. Love it.
Cool.
And and then probably John Petrucci picks. That will be my favorite Ibanez.
Wonderful. I'm going to have to edit this a little bit, but that's okay.
Don't.
So let me answer my own question. My first Ibanez, I think I was 12 or so, maybe 13. And there was this RG, either the RG 1000 or RG 2000, and was like silver. Just a bit more of an affordable RG. And I got it, and I was so excited. but it did have some tuning instability issues because the strings were slipping under the nut screws. So I returned it. But it was a cool guitar nonetheless. And my
Does it often slip under the nut?
okay, anyway. And my dream Ibanez would probably be like a neck through hardtail pink RG or something with good resonant heavy wood. You know what I mean?
Pink?
Yeah, I once had an RG neck through. I forgot the RGT. I think RGT 320, and it was beautiful. It was one of the most beautiful guitars that I ever had. But I sold it. But it was really awesome. I'll show you a picture in a minute.
What do you think is the most beautiful Ibanez guitar of all time?
My Meshuggah M8M 8-string.
Is that one pink?
It's black, but
There's your answer.
Fair enough. All right, so we're wrapping up this wonderful day at Ibanez Guitar Festival 2025, all the way in Gütestedt in Germany, which is pretty far away from our home. Our buddy Bart drove us all the way here from the Netherlands, so he's a legend. Thanks to Bart so much for helping us.
12-hour drive. This guy.
12 hours, insane.
No complaints.
No complaints. Also not from us.
There you go.
And also, thanks to Ibanez for having us, because we had a wonderful day. It was wonderful.
No, I loved it. Great day, great people. Paul Gilbert.
Paul Gilbert, he's a legend, obviously, and he played really well, as you would expect.
So smooth, the picking.
So smooth.
And the food.
The food was good too. The drinks, like a lot of beer, too much beer. And also, I just want to say thanks for watching and play authentic.